most Edith players are stuck in Epic or Legend because they play her like a basic meat shield. They miss their combos, they don't know when to peel, and they definitely don't know how to carry from the roam position. I'm Hajun, a 300-star roamer, former global player on multiple heroes, and a former professional player. This is the next chapter of my solo rank roam mastery series, where I'm playing every single roamer in the game to show you exactly how to climb solo rank. Today we're mastering Edith. I'm showing you the high level positioning secrets to maximize your damage, the skill 1 plus flicker engage that wins games, and the art of peeling with skill 2 to keep your teammates alive. If you want to stop being a random tank and start being a carry, let's get into it. 2 quick things before we break down the gameplay. Save your money. Stop paying full price for diamonds. Use my Gamsco affiliate link in the description. It's 20 to 30% cheaper than the in-game rates. It's how I top up my own account. If you're tired of losing, my partner Des and I, both former pros, are taking coaching clients. For solo, duo, and trio, we charge $80 for a 2-hour deep dive session. And for full 5-man squads, we charge $120 for 3 hours to fix your team synergy. We coach any roles, whether you are roam, mid, XP, gold, or jungle. DM me or hit the email in the description to book. Now, let's talk about why your positioning on Edith is the difference between a win and a loss. So for Edith's skill, let's go over her passive first. Pretty much every time Edith uses a skill, she will do a pretty much chain magic attack which scales off of magic power. So as you can see, if I use a attack here, see this thunder animation that Edith does? You can do that damage, you can pretty much do that basic attack after every time you use a skill. So I use second skill, I'm gonna have these enhanced attacks, right? These enhanced lightning attacks every time you use a skill, and that damage scales of magic power. Another interesting thing about this is that the magic actually spreads to multiple enemies from the passive. So as you can see, if I use a skill and attack Zilong, see, it'll strike all 3 of them. There you go. I use a skill, attack again, and it's gonna go through all 3 of them. And the duration, you can see at the bottom, you see this little thing, right? As long as that is active, you are gonna do that enhanced magic attack. See this one right here? There. You will do chain lightning damage. It's pretty good for clearing waves, and it's really strong. And it does stack, so it lasts longer if you use both of your skills. Like this. It lasts a lot longer. Alright, now moving on to her first skill. Her first skill, just as you saw, you just kind of move like this and you launch targets in the air. And yes, you can pair this up with flicker for a good engage, so like this, like that. Her second skill launches opponents in the air, or you just dash with it, but if you hit an opponent on the way, pretty much you launch them in the air. So let's take a look at that again. Just like this, you launch them in the air. You can combo your second skill and first skill really well together with each other, so like this, and then you'll first skill the other way, and you will always stun lock them. For Edith's ultimate, you actually get out of the bot like this, push anyone in the way, and then you deal range magic basic attack damage, right? But as you can see, Edith isn't doing a lot of damage right now. The reason for that is you will see a gray bar appear here. I'm gonna get attacked. You will see a gray bar below her HP, right? That is pretty much her wrath. So when this bar is full and then you decide to ult, you will actually do insane damage, as you're about to see here. Just like this. See, you will get a lot of attack speed, a lot of hybrid lifesteal, as well as damage. And the most interesting thing about this is every point of defense, physical or magic defense you have, actually turns into 3.5 magic power. So that's pretty interesting, I think. So the more defense you have, the more magic power it will convert it to, and the more damage you will do with your ult. So for Edith's build, you want to incorporate as much defense as you possibly can for maximum damage with your ult. And remember, whenever you ult, make sure the rat, that gray bar below your HP, is always full, and you should be good to go. And without any further ado, let's kind of go over the build that is going to give you the best results. So for Edith's build, I generally recommend using Flicker because it pairs well with her first skill. For her emblem, I like using Tank Emblem for that defense, Swift for that additional attack speed, which pairs really well with her ultimate, and also pairs really well in the early game so that you can trigger more chain lightning attacks with your passive. Then I like using Tenacity to be more tanky. And then for the last emblem, I actually like using Weakness Finder, because when you ult, your basic attacks will actually slow down the target significantly, which is very good. For the build itself, I like using Tough Boots with Encourage Blessing. I think it's the best. It reduces the CC reduction and it also gives you magic defense. And as you guys know, defense is the best thing for Edith to maximize her ult damage. Then I like to go in with Dominance Ice because of even more defense and the anti-heal, and it's just the best first items for tank in my opinion. I like to go in with Radiant Armor if I notice I'm taking a lot of magic damage, and then Antique Cuirass, followed by Immortality for more sustain, and then Chastise Pauldron for even more defense and also to get my 20% HP back. When my HP drops to 30%, I'll regenerate that to be more tanky overall. In my opinion, you should build Edith according to the opponent's damage, but this is the most general build that I find myself building most of the times. And this is the best build for roam in my opinion. Now, let's actually get started with the video. Okay guys, so a quick thing that you always need to do is you always need to check the draft. So as you can see over here, we're playing Edith, but on the opponents, their roamer is Tigreal, their mage is Eudora, Hanzo, Cho, Hanabi, right? So Hanzo we can deal with pretty easily because we're playing Edith. Edith is good on peel. The problem is Tigreal. If he engages on my team, it's going to be an issue. But you also need to notice that my teammates Farsa and Lilia have Purify, so they should be good to go, right? And Lancelot is obviously going to have Retry. My job isn't to worry about Lancelot. My job is kind of to peel a little bit more. And with Edith, the general rule of thumb you want to have is that you always want to play along with the backline. That's like a secret tip for Edith. You can use her first skill Flicker to engage, but then at the end of the day, your positioning, the ideal positioning that you need to have is always with the backliners, always with the damage dealers, ideally with the marksman. Because Edith has a very decent kit with her second skill and first skill, that allows you to peel your teammates really well. That is something you definitely need to utilize. Now in this game actually, I don't think I get the chance to go and look at XP buff, because the Edith is kind of slow and it's a bit risky to do that because Tigreal can second skill me at any time, and I really don't want to burn my flicker this early. Now the opponents try to kind of go after Lancelot's buff here, but they're not able to because I'm kind of just blocking them off as much as I can. And also notice how I'm always going back to mid lane to clear the minion waves properly. And I also reached level 2 right away after the first wave because I managed to vision Eudora and also got the XP from all 3 waves. As well as visioning Hanzo, I believe I visioned him. So try to vision as many people as you can and always try to get the XP from mid lane. Here I saw Hanzo going for this lethal, immediately I jump him and just try to bother him as much as I possibly can. As you can see, after you use Edith's skill a bit, you do a lot of damage, and there we go. We actually got not first blood, but we killed Hanzo simply because of that poke. You need to understand Hanzo just has 1 dash and he's very weak without level 4. So if you can catch him and do a lot of basic attacks just like Edith did over there, that's pretty solid. And this is what I mean. Edith is pretty good at peeling. Once you see a Hanzo, all you want to do is just second skill him. Hey, look at him trying to get me, bro. He has no flicker, get him! Oh yeah, Pack, oh yeah, Pack, oh yeah, Pack. Thank you, Pack. Once again, as you can see, you can use Edith's second skill and first skill to peel really well versus Hanzo and kind of make him waste his ult. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But every time I do his basic attack, I feel like saying oh yeah for some reason. No way, oh my god, I threw that so bad. This was terrible. I feel like I should have used my basic attack locking mechanism where I drag my basic attack to aim at a target. I should have dragged it and aimed it at Eudora. That was kind of lazy of me and I didn't do that, and that is the reason I died. So if you're using Edith like that, and I mean I think I could have killed Eudora because all of my hits were going to Tigreal, and I think I had enough time to just burst her and kill her when she got closer and just drag my basic attack to her so it stays on her, right? In here, I just walk towards Hanzo's body because I feel like he will return here, and once he does, I can actually go for the kill and finish him off. Just like that. I feel like it's worth it. I don't know. I think I could have landed one basic attack. That was kind of a misplay on my part. But I really didn't want Hanzo to get away, so I just flickered in. I feel like it's not a bad trade, because even though he killed my Farsa, I still caught him. Even though I died, the roamer's life isn't worth that much, but I still killed their jungle, right? And Hanzo needs to scale, whereas if Farsa dies once, it's okay, she can still deal decent damage. One thing to always keep in mind, guys, unfortunately Edith's second skill is very weak because it doesn't go through walls. That is a huge problem that Edith has. Another thing I want to mention is that you always want to ult with Edith when this bar below your HP is full. That's going to make you attack faster and do more damage, and you're going to have the maximum amount of lifesteal. So always make sure to ult when that gray bar below your HP is full. You will do way more damage than you normally can, and trust me, it's quite a decent amount of damage and quite a decent amount of lifesteal. So pretty much, you want to take a good amount of back shots before you decide to ult. There we go. Get a load of this guy. He's gonna... Yeah, he dipped, bro. He dipped. Now, this is too risky to go for. A lot of you guys might be saying, why didn't you go for that? It's very risky to dive towers without minions. Because when you walk up to it, normally minions would take a few shots for you, right? While you walk up to the opponents. But you can't when there's none. And that's not really ideal. Nice one. That is the perfect ult. Let's kind of go over that again and see what happened. I engaged on Eudora because she was overextended, and then as you can see, I decided to ult when my bar was completely full. And look at where I'm actually aiming my skills. And basic attacking, dealing a lot of damage. And as you can see, my positioning is pretty decent. Attacking from a position where I can just keep basic attacking pretty much. And that's the strong part about Edith. You can tank a lot of damage, and once you've tanked all of it, you can just use your ult, get a big shield, and pretty much lifesteal a lot and deal a lot of damage to the opponents. And the best part is, you want to build as much physical defense as you can on Edith, right? That's the best thing that you can possibly do because of her passive. Nothing. He provides no value, nothing. Literally zero value, bro. A big mistake that I decided to make here is that I could have engaged on the Hanabi and Eudora with my first skill flicker, but I was so hellbent on fixing my items that I didn't notice that. See right there? Right before I went to the shop, I could have first skill and flickered onto both of them and potentially make a play because my bar was actually full. And here I do a misplay trying to catch the Eudora, but that was not the right moment. I hesitated, or actually I didn't hesitate, I just didn't notice. But that would have been such a perfect engage. We probably would have killed both of them while I tanked the tower damage, and we could have done a little bit more. And as you can see, we overstayed here. This is clearly just overstaying. We don't need to be near the red buff and don't need to be taking fights over there when Lord is gonna spawn soon, and Pack and Lancelot already isn't there anymore. They went to farm. Right, since I was streaming, I was a bit absent-minded, but these are some things that you definitely need to keep in mind when you're playing solo queue, especially if you want to win. Right, these are clearly just straight up my mistakes, right? And definitely I should be punished for it, but I'm not because my team is doing decently well regardless. But if you want to play Edith perfectly, you need to make sure that you're peeling your teammates very well and that you're taking a lot of damage so that you can maximize that gray bar below your HP and deal the maximum amount of damage possible. Somebody hit the tower, please. Motherfuckers, nobody hitting the tower. Okay, here I think I could have hit the tower myself. Just, you know, I'm streaming, probably not focusing that well, but ideally here I could have hit the tower myself But then again, I am kind of right because I'm tanking and my goal is to deal as much damage as I can. My teammates could have been able to push the tower if we actually had a marksman, but we didn't have a marksman. Actually, our gold lane was a Lilia, which is kind of a troll pick, but it's not entirely troll because Lilia's scaling is good, and any hero that has good scaling obviously works very well into gold lane. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what you want to do, and that is why, guys, I always like having immortality during Lord. Because of this specific reason, because you can just go in, dive, and as you can see, I'm zoning all of them just by being there, right? Zoning all of them, we get the tower, and then Lord is still pushing. Tigreal used his ult and he's dead, and then now we have a pretty decent position, even though I'm low in HP. If the opponents decide to overextend even a bit, I can help. And there you go, I'm peeling once again with Edith. You need to peel quite a bit. We get the Cho, and that's the game pretty much. We killed all 4 of them and we just win. That's how you play Edith, guys. Always remember a few things. Make sure to always ult when the gray bar is full, ideally, and always use your second skill, first skill to peel as much as you can, and your only source of engage should be your first skill and flicker. If you play Edith like that, you will definitely do well on solo queue. She is alright. If you ask me where would I put her on the tier list, I will definitely put her maybe somewhere around B tier, because I still think that the best roamers for solo queue are Grok, Khalid, Hilda, Kaja. Those are definitely the best in my opinion right now. If you want to rank up, play those heroes. Trust me, it's gonna work. Grok does take a little bit of skills, but I have a lot of videos on Grok for you guys to understand how to play him. But yeah, guys, if this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe. That means the world to me. That's how you can show me your support if you think my videos are good and helping you out a bit. Let me know what hero you want next, and make sure to join my Discord server. We have a very good community of people who you can find and rank up with, and that can help you here and there. Make sure to get my coaching, and also buy diamonds from Gams Go. You're literally gonna save money. All of that is gonna be in the link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.
Da chamada, chamada.